lot of great, exciting things happening here. Small yard, you can make a big impact in a small yard with minimal input. Got this backyard for the viewers, looking at the Jap maple, dogwood, probably holly staying. There's a winter flowering, maybe gardenia or something else back there. Azalea and Laura Pedlum probably staying. Everything else, crepe myrtle, privet, all this privet and andina, all the undergrowth, that azalea back in there, all that stuff going. So you've got a good trailer load, maybe probably 2 trailer loads of debris that need to go. Might be better to just get a dumpster delivered. Probably just do a dumpster, which would have to be around there on the street inside the gate to haul this stuff off. Looking at a pondless stream and waterfalls. So build a berm back there, use some of their existing stone like this stuff to create a backstop back here. Waterfall, do a 1,000 biofalls up there, a couple of falls coming down here, and then stream bed more or less following this existing stream bed. It's 20 feet from up there, and then drop into this about a 4x4 reservoir with about 12 inches of water on top, so it needs to be about 15 inches down to gravel, and then your aqua blocks, like 6 aqua blocks or so underneath there with a pump vault. That crepe myrtle is going to have to go, so there's undoubtedly tree roots in there. Need to bring in a mini excavator to remove the tree roots and the privet and the junk that's in here right now, and do kind of some light grading and cleanup of all this stuff, stacking stone, getting stuff just cleaned up and tidied back here. Access is tight. We're gonna have to come around narrow spot around the old tennis court. We'll need to take down a panel of fencing there and get the micro mini X in here, and then that fence will have to go back up. They also want lighting back here, so we'll look at accent lighting on the Jap maple, the dogwood, probably back there. Provide for a couple of things around the fence, and then do landscape path lighting around here, and allow for additional add-on to that. Alright, so we've got our biofalls upside down right there, just painted it in. We're going to have a waterfall there, a little pool happening up here, a little waterfall action right there. We're going to pool right here, and then right in here we're going to start with kind of we're going to start sloping it down, kind of creating some rapids, and then our underground reservoir is going to be right here. We're going to do a sunken reservoir here though, and that way she can have water plants and such growing in there. We were going to do it down here, but underneath that right there, we found a concrete drain that is for stormwater for the whole neighborhood. So kind of not an option. So we're scooting this all the way up here, and we're going to repair the surface drainage, the dry creek bed that used to be right in here. So we're going to be repairing that, bringing our water feature on above that, and bringing it over this way. We're going to tidy up some of this boulder retaining wall in there. And then after that, a friend of mine who does hardscapes is going to be coming in and building them a stone patio deck area, or a stone patio along there. So a lot of great, exciting things happening here. Small yard, you can make a big impact in a small yard with minimal input. So we've got our tiny excavator in here today. We had to take down a fence panel in order to get it here, and it is a tight squeeze between the tennis court back there and the wall, the fence wall right here. But we got it in, and looking forward to advancing this project on forward. Right now, Alberto is excavating our reservoir right here. We're going the equivalent of 3 aqua blocks deep, but we're only going to be putting in 2 deep for a total of 8. And the top portion will be water, aquatic plants, and a little submerged infinity edge reservoir. So it'll look like an intake bay, basically, is what we're creating. And so that's going to go right here. That soil is going to be deposited up here. We've got a lot of erosion, and so we're going to build this yard back up for what has washed down and out. And so in order to make that, Alberto is dropping the dirt in the wheelbarrow for Yoder to then place with a little more precision in the wheelbarrow. Then we'll come back with rakes and shovels and smooth it out as we move forward. All right, so this right here is a little bit of a different setup than what we're normally accustomed to doing, because this is technically a pondless waterfall and stream, but they wanted to be able to have some fish and water plants. And so what we're doing here, we have dropped our reservoir below there, and the stream is just going to flow in here, and we're going to have a little bay down in here. Stones are going to come up the sides right here, a little, almost like an intake bay right here. And so fish that are in this area can even swim a little bit up the stream there. So it'll be a unique and nice little feature there. They'll get some biological filtration happening from the gravel there, in addition to the biofalls up in the top, which is more than adequate for filtering the amount of water in this system. But felt like it was a good option to use that biofalls 2500. So Yoder is there getting the dirt off and building it up, mounding here. So we're going to get some stones and bring them around the backside here just to form up this berm so it doesn't erode away, and then we'll feather it on into this hillside right in here and make it up back like it was before. All right, so we're getting final touches. Alberto is washing down the plant roots to make sure we don't have a bunch of mud in our system. Horacio is pulling up some old irrigation heads up there. We've got a little bit of plant life that needs to go in up there, finishing out this little bit of cleanup, and it is almost ready for the patio to come in. Looking awesome. Love the way this turned out. Very unique setup here with this kind of false bottom pond that has an underground reservoir below it. And you got a stream running up there to the top. Very pleased with the way they executed this, and it turned out just marvelously. Fantastic stone bridge going across right there. I think that's actually a stone that was back here before we got started. And so we're able to reuse that. We've got some strong steppers here, up and over right there, and makes a good transition into the grade back there behind it on the yard. So if you remember back to the beginning, this yard was just covered in nastiness. And so came through, cleared it out, left a few specimen plants. We've got a Loropetalum back there, a nice mature holly over here, a dogwood, and this Japanese maple. Going to be dropping in, a friend coming to drop in a patio right here. And then the homeowner is going to do her own landscaping. And this is just going to be a very special backyard feature. There's the yard, and just to show you the space that we had to work with coming out, we had to go along here. It's about 3 feet wide at the narrowest, so could not get a tractor along here, but we did get the tractor to right here. So this has been our staging ground, and then from here we've had to go all the way along here. And there is Yoder coming back for another load. He's about to load that on my truck and trailer so I can take it back to the shop.